You're listening to The Bottom Line with Jim and Lissa Walsh on URL Radio.
Happy New Year!
Hey, hooray, hooray. Hello, hooray.
First, The Bottom Line episode, radio episode of brand new year 2022. Hey!
Boy, am I
We're
glad
like
Christmas is
streamers.
over. Yeah.
Mhm,
I
and
just
New Year's and
I just
everything.
like getting back to the normal
know.
routine of things.
So do I.
Even though the
It's-
weather is horrible.
Yeah, well, it's been worse than this. Come
Well,
on.
all over the country.
Well, yeah.
Our
what
friends
were you
back
saying?
east. Yeah, back east, they're getting hit hard. Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
They
what
got like
happened?
8 inches.
For them, that's a lot.
A lot.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a lot for us, but for them,
the
that's a lot.
the Delmarva Peninsula, they got about 8 inches, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm from.
And Biden, wasn't his Air Force One was delayed by 30 minutes because of the weather?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and then the White House, did you see the pictures of the White House on the news?
It
was a total whiteout.
was a whiteout for the White House, yes.
You really couldn't see anything.
Yeah. But anyway, we're muddling on, as it
Yes.
were. We dealt with all this last week, so
Oh,
we're
yeah.
just kind of coming out of the big deep freeze at this time.
So we're hoping that you guys had a good New Year's Eve and a
Yeah.
good Christmas, and
Yay.
are now ready to get right back into the new year again.
I know I'm not.
Me either.
Well, we got a great story to start off the new year. It's another edition of, can I say the A word?
You can say the
Am,
word.
am I the owl?
The asshole. It's by Reddit. The Redditor, they have
Yeah.
they pose questions, and
Yes.
then they give you the backstory, and then they
Yeah.
ask
Am I the...
AITA or NTA.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole or,
Or
not
am I
the
not the
or
asshole? Yeah.
Not the asshole.
Yeah, I love the fact that we can
Not
say
the
asshole.
mama.
Yeah.
Not the mama.
Not the mama.
Not the mama.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Um,
how old we are.
Well, here's the deal. To set it up here, the guy refuses to snowblow his neighbor's driveway. The
His
neighbor's an old guy.
elderly neighbor,
An old
Charlotte,
guy,
yeah.
and the old guy insulted him and said, "We're not friends anymore." Apparently, it was over. Well, let me
Yeah,
read some of
rephrase it,
this.
yeah.
Okay.
And we know what that's like because out here, I mean, we live in Bismarck, North Dakota. We know
Yeah.
people probably, hopefully, thankfully, would be listening from all across the world. That'd
Oh,
be
yes.
great. But at least all across the country would be
Right.
nice too. And if you don't live in snowy, blizzardy North Dakota,
Yeah.
we actually help each other. We take care of each other. If your car gets stuck,
Yeah.
there will be people who will stop their vehicles,
Right.
come out, and push you.
Yes.
We do it all the time. We
Yeah, it
take
does
care
happen.
of each
Yeah.
other. Yeah, because it's kindness. That's what we do.
Well, it's a cultural thing.
It's a kindness thing.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. Anyway, very
a kindness
communal,
thing.
very communal-minded
It's kindness.
people. Okay, here's the story. The guy is 27 years old. He lives next to a guy in his 80s,
Yeah.
and the guy is a nightmare. He says, but he's old.
Okay.
Okay, so like in 2015 or so, he says I told him I would snowblow his driveway for free.
That's nice.
Well, 2 years ago, I got a puppy who barked a lot.
Oh, a puppy.
Now we did a lot of training with the puppy. He hardly barks at all now.
That's great.
I work from home, so the guy says he works
Yeah,
from home.
that's good. That's wonderful.
He says my dog will bark once or twice per day, and it's usually around the daylight hours. It's not all that much, really.
That's
And
not
I
too
always shut it down quickly. Well, as long as we've had the dog, my neighbor has complained about him very rudely.
bad. Really?
He calls us incompetent assholes and effing losers over our dog.
That's mean.
It's the old guy saying that.
Yeah, that's mean.
Anyway, this past summer, he told us that my relationship with him was no longer friendly and that we were to be strictly neighbors for the rest of the time we lived together. He even threatened to report us to the HOA, HOA,
Yeah.
to see if they would make me get rid of my dog. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't, but anyway, he was really angry.
Yeah.
So last night we got our first big snow of the season.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of oh, this is
What?
good. This is rich. Instead of snowblowing his driveway like I usually do or have done,
Yeah.
I snowblowed mine and went back inside.
What happened then?
20 minutes later, I get a text. Yep. He says, I'm going to breakfast with a friend of mine. I need my driveway snowblown so I can get out. I said, well, I'm no longer doing that since our relationship, as you said, is no longer friendly. I could do it for you for $200. Or you could pay one of the kids around the
Well,
neighborhood.
yeah, you could do that.
Well, he got really ticked off, apparently. The old guy did. And he says he didn't have time to deal with the kids. And I told him, hey, $200, I'll do it. And he said, no. No. So he ain't going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It's later in the day now, and he hasn't cleared his driveway yet.
Yeah.
I feel great, but he calls me an AH in the texts.
Yeah.
My wife told me I might be an AH because he's old. So I figured I'd pose the question here. Say it with me. Am I the asshole? It's like a game show,
It
you
is
know,
like
the
a game
audience.
show, everybody, yeah.
Anyway, well,
Well, we're not going to do our bottom line yet. We're just going to
no, we're just going to do.
discuss
You go
it, then
first.
We'll come back with the bottom line.
Yes, you go first.
Well, no, I mean, I've met grumpy old people.
Yes.
My mother was a grumpy old person, and she could be pretty demanding too.
Yeah. My
Now-
dad had his moments.
Well, I think every grumpy person does. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
their moments.
Every old person
Every
does.
old
Yeah,
person.
yeah.
Every grumpy person
yeah.
too has their moments.
Yeah.
I would kind of, part of me would wonder what would happen if he got hurt
Yeah.
and then the ambulance couldn't get to him.
Right.
Okay, that is a possibility.
Yeah.
But yeah, the question really is his neighbor responsible for him?
Well, yeah.
Are they family? I don't think they're family.
Is he his neighbor's keeper?
Yeah,
or whatever?
exactly.
Yeah.
And
That's a good question.
and I'm wondering if maybe, I don't know, maybe he could have told his neighbor that he was going to stop doing that before the first snowfall,
Yeah.
so that his neighbor could get someone else to take care of it for him.
Well, I do think it's kind of presumptive on the neighbor's part that he, disowned the guy and then he says, "Oh, by the way, I still want you to plow my driveway."
Yeah, and it was very demanding
Yeah.
on his part. Yeah. No, I get it.
Now, assuming the guy is not, there's not an issue there.
like
know,
Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Which is nothing you joke about.
No, it isn't. It isn't. It doesn't sound like that though.
Yeah. It just sounds like he's old and cranky.
Yeah, and he's very demanding.
And we all know people like that.
We do. And I can't believe that this dog made that much noise. It was in the daytime. I mean,
Yeah.
unless he's a day sleeper.
Yeah.
Unless the old guy is a day sleeper, I don't believe a puppy could be that big of a deal.
Well, maybe the young guy's just used to it, or he's just deliberately stretching the truth on this. Maybe the dog is a nuisance.
No, I don't know. All puppies bark. All puppies bark. And it takes some training to teach them not to. And it sounds like the guy was actually very conscientious about doing what he could to make sure the puppy didn't bark. But who doesn't love a puppy? I mean, come on.
I just find it hard to understand how they're a house apart. The guy's
They're
in one
a
house.
whole house apart.
Yeah, and the guy can actually hear the guy's dog barking at all hours of the day.
Well, yeah, we live,
I don't get that.
We live in an apartment building.
Yeah.
And sure, there are times when our next door neighbors are in their bedroom and we're in our bedroom, and we can hear the kids crying and
Yeah.
we can hear them jumping on the bed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just part and parcel of living in an apartment building, but a house?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say we could hear the adult couples doing things,
Well, we can too, but I didn't want to talk about that.
which is quite entertaining.
It can, well,
Or can
yes,
be.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Don't tell them we said that.
It's you're trying to fall asleep and you hear this creaky noise.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me cover my ears here.
Yeah. I'll plug in my my earbuds.
My earbuds, yeah. But no, that's kind of the situation is how can he hear the dog? How can he hear the dog a house over?
Yeah. And our question is, who's being the jerk here? Who's being the butthead?
Who's the asshole?
Who's the asshole?
Yeah, is it the young 27-year-old guy or is it the old 80-year-old guy?
I wonder if the answer. I wonder if the answers we would get would be generational. The young people taking the young guy's side. And the
we
old
have
people.
the answers in the article, you know.
Oh, yes, we do have answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I'm thinking is, do you think maybe we should go ahead and take a break?
We are going to take a break.
Yeah, and then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll go through what some of the answers are that are in the article. And
Right.
then Jim and I can bottom line it for you.
Yes.
If you've just joined us, where the hell have you been? We start promptly at 11 a.m.
You should be here, yeah. You're late.
You're late. You're just going to, and there's going to be a pop quiz at the end.
No donuts for you.
You're just going to have to muddle through. Anyway, you are listening to The Bottom Line on urlradio.net, and we'll be back in a bit.